in Paradise in Las Vegas. How are y'all doing? Um, Boy, things have been a little sporadic lately. I got one man in California, my dear husband, uh, having medical treatments, and then my partner in crime, Jimmy Dague, is in the hospital with appendicitis, an appendectomy, which was a successful operation yesterday, and he'll be in the hospital for a couple days. And holy mackerel, I'm a busy woman. So life is good though. Everybody's doing well. Everybody's happy and optimistic. So that's the best we can hope for, and positive. Anyway, what's going on with the market? So we're selling about 70 homes a day. We're down from last year. We were selling 80 homes a day. Um, the median price right now is 450, but if you, as of the end of what is this, October? So that would be the end of September. But I look at it daily, and it's hovering around 445 right now. So it might go down a little bit by the end of the month. Again, I don't want to really change it until we have the end of the month, when all the tail of the tape is in, so to speak, for the month. Uh, Last year we were selling 89 homes a day, and the year to date total for last year, or 2022, excuse me, was 112 homes a day. So you can see, we're slowly selling less homes. And my my advice to everybody, because obviously there's not as many people getting paid, is that you start to do listings and start to educate people on the market. The interest rates bumped up yesterday, one of the highest they've been in years, 7.92, I believe it was. And applications are down because people were used to that 3%. And the first time home buyers, they need your help. There's a lot of people, when you think about it, and I say this a lot, they have equity. So and 42% of the homeowners own their homes free and clear. So there's a lot of people, another 18-20%, that have more than 50% equity in their home. That's a big part of the market that you could be perhaps talking to, and people want to move. A lot of people want to downsize, upsize, how that goes. Doubles, two-story to single story. Some people want to move out of a house and go into a townhome or a condo where there's less maintenance. So there's a lot of reasons why people that have equity can move. They don't have to get a mortgage. And if they do, it would be a smaller mortgage that they can refinance in a year or two. Because I suspect, and I'm sure you all would agree with me, that when the prices or when the interest rates go down, what's going to happen to the prices? The prices are going to go up. And why is that? Well, because there's a lot of pent up demand. There's those people, that other 35% of the people that are just sitting on the sidelines waiting for an affordable payment. People live in the payment, and they have to qualify with the payment. So there are people on the sidelines waiting for that moment. And interest rates will go down. They've been going up and down for ever since I can remember. When I got into this business, they were 15% back in 1987. I know some of you probably weren't even born then. But yeah, but we still sold homes, and we got creative. Back then with 15%, you had to be creative. And then when they went down to 7-8%, it was like, oh, wow. But then, of course, the price points were different. So every market is different. Every decade is different. Every 5 years is different. And now the past several years have been like, you don't know which way to turn. But I will tell you, if you don't have a database, and you don't have a database that is in groups of people that you can relate to, because if you have 1,000 people in your database, you just don't want to send the same exact message to 1,000 people. If some of them, have been in their homes 10 years, some have been in their home 15 years, some of them live in a retirement community, and perhaps they've been in their home 20 years. Well, there's all different messages that you're going to send to those people. And then if there's people that you sold, like you should know in your database that, oh, these people are a young couple, they're probably going to have kids. You should have them grouped so that you can send them the right message. And I think we have to take our real estate jargon out of the messages that we send. Mark Davis, who I saw in Dallas, he talked about, the taking the real estate vocabulary out of our messaging. Listings. It's not a listing, it's a home. And he would say, again, he is one that believes in branding yourself by branding yourself as a knowledge person. And you appear knowledgeable when you are marketing the right message to the right people. Think about that. If you're not having buyers and sellers right now, refine your database. Get ready to do marketing and to do branding and to get the right message across. If you're going to spend the time, you might as well spend it wisely and get the most results out of what you're doing. That is how we make more money. We are able to scale, but you can only scale if you have segmented your database so that you can give the right message to the right people. All right, enough of that for a moment. When we were at the summit, one of my favorite speakers was Jimmy Macklin. And we're going to watch, I think it's about 20 minutes, 25 minutes of him and his presentation at the summit. If you're looking for fresh ideas, if you're looking for some motivation or why you should do listings, a lot of people don't do listings for a simple reason. They don't know how. And Jimmy lays it out for you how to do it with things. I don't know. What always used to excite me when I was reaching out to people was that I was doing something different. I was giving them something that perhaps nobody else was doing. That used to motivate me. And I just put that out there. Maybe you can find out what motivates you and when you listen to Jimmy. Because Jimmy Macklin has some really, really good ideas for you that perhaps you haven't heard before. And when you show up texting people with information that no one else is doing, and you start to have conversations and connections, and then finally you pop over there to give them, your opinion of what their house might be worth, how long it might stay on the market, how you might market it. Then you're going to start doing more business. And we need to get more listings. I know that we all think, oh, the sellers don't want to sell right now. But if we're not out there communicating with them, they're not going to want to sell, because we are the knowledge people. We know what the market is. We know where the market's probably going. Hopefully we are in tune with why the interest rates are where they are. And why, because you listen to me and or other people that tell you, based on economy, we might go through a mild recession, but then we'll come out of it and the interest rates will go down. It might take 6 months. It might take a year. However, we have to know the market. We have to know that $1 million homes are selling, that investors are still buying. The part of the market that isn't moving is probably the first-time home buyers, and the fact that we don't have enough inventory is holding other people back.